Hello everyone, today I will discuss about theories of mountain building. Theories of mountain building are divided into two groups, theories based on horizontal force and theories based on vertical force. The first group includes those theories which postulate that origin of mountains due to horizontal movement and consequent contraction and folding of crustal surface into mountains. And this group is further divided into two subgroups. First is group of contraction theories and second is group of drift theories. Group of contraction theories includes the geosyncline theories of Kober and thermal contraction theory of Jeffreys. And group of drift theories includes the continental drift theory of F.B. Taylor and Wegener, and second is thermal convection theory of Holmes, and third is sliding continental theory of Daly, and fourth is plate tectonic theory. And the group theory based on vertical force includes those theories which based on vertical movements from within the earth. And let's first see the geosyncline theory of Kober. Kober was a German geologist and he presented his theory in his book Der Bau der Erde. Here is the name of his book, Der Bau der Erde. And there are three layers in the structure of the earth: crust, mantle and core. According to Kober, some part of the earth's crust raised and some depressed due to cooling of the earth. Like this, some part of the crust raised and some part depressed. And this depressed part are called low-lying areas. Sedimentation starts in the low-lying areas, and these low-lying areas also called as geosynclines. What is geosynclines? Geosynclines are long, narrow and elongated depressions. This is long, narrow and elongated depressions called geosynclines. And according to Kober, orogenesis of mountains start from these geosynclines. And Kober proposed three stages. First is lithogenesis, orogenesis, and third is glyptogenesis. What is the stage of lithogenesis? In this stage, formation of geosynclines starts due to cooling, and in the orogenesis or in the second stage, the both foreland starts move towards each other, or you can say this is the stage of mountain building process. When these both foreland start move towards each other, then deposited part in the low-lying areas rest and formation of mountains start. And third is glyptogenesis. In this stage, this is the stage of rising and denudation. In this stage, mountains also there are formation of mountains and also the denudation of mountains. So it is called the rising and denudation stage, and it is about the third stage of glyptogenesis. And Sussert also describe the geosynclines, these geosynclines into three types. First is polygeosynclines, and second is monogeosynclines, and third is mesogeosynclines. Polygeosynclines means Rockies and Ural mountains, and monogeosynclines like Appalachian mountain, and mesogeosynclines like the Himalayan mountains. And after that, here is the criticism of the Kober's theory. And before criticism, I told you that Kober also gave the concept of median mass. Median mass or Duesenberg. Median mass also called as Duesenberg. What is median mass? Duesenberg. What is median mass? When the both foreland start move towards each other, when the contraction force would be maximum, then the middle part of the sedimented part or the deposited part becomes affected, but when the contraction force would be minimum, then the middle part of the sedimented or deposited part does not affect by this force. Then this middle part of the sedimented part called median mass are also Duesenberg. And here is the criticism of his theory. First is contraction force cannot move both foreland. These forelands move towards each other due to contraction force. After that, this concept would become the criticism of his theory. Contraction force cannot move both foreland. And second criticism is according to plate tectonics, one part moves rapidly, one part of this foreland moves rapidly. And third is it does not throw light on the formation of the mountain from north to south, because the theory of Kober throw light on those mountains are the folded mountains and does not throw light on the mountains which stretches from north to south. And here is the evaluation of his theory. First is this concept or this geosyncline concept of Kober provides scientific basis to plate tectonics. And today Gulf of Mexico and Bay of Bengal are two large geosynclines. And according to plate tectonics, folded mountain come out of these geosynclines. And this is about the theory of mountain building of Kober.